So I might have said this, but my name's Ashley. I am the CEO of Sway. I'm a team development coach, and I specialize in a personality framework called the Enneagram. And another thing I teach is active listening and asking productive questions at work. And I actually found that those things need to come before teaching this personality framework. I found myself introducing the Enneagram to a lot of teams, but they didn't really know how to engage with it. And I was like, okay, what's missing here? And on a more basic level, the foundation of listening and asking productive, open ended questions was missing. And hence, this curriculum was able to be woven together. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And let me know once you can see it. Ooh, Dallas, I was just there. That's so fun. Okay. So more and more companies are transitioning. This is just for those of you who, I need the numbers. Like listening, it's all nice and kumbaya, but like, give me the numbers. Why are companies transitioning to a more curiosity-based management style? Well, the numbers show it, right? There's an increase in productivity, increase in staff retention, increase in actual finances, and how the company is making money. And this is based off of, okay, there's this old management style of, you know what, I have the answer and I am going to tell you what to do top down, where most companies are moving to a new management style where you are co-collaborating, figuring out what the issue is, and co-collaborating and figuring out, okay, what is the solution? And most people are calling this curiosity-based management or coaching-based management. And it starts with listening. So what is active listening? Well, there are 3 pieces of active listening. And this is adapted from the Co-Active Coaching book right here. If you are a new manager, or if you're just someone who's like, hey, actually, I really, connected with this teaching and you want to continue learning, I would definitely recommend this book. It can make you become a coach in just one good reading. But the 3 levels of active listening: level 1, it's I'm listening to what this person is saying, but I am thinking, my mind is on hyperdrive, and I'm asking myself, well, how does this relate to me? And I am excited to interject my own experiences. So Stuart might be chatting with me about Tennessee, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm only a 9-hour drive from Tennessee. I'm just going to kind of wait for him to stop talking so that I can tell him where I live. And this level 1 listening, it's like, I'm listening, and then how does this relate to me? And I'm interjecting. And it's a really fine level to be at, actually. I like to ask folks in workshops, like, when is level 1 listening just fine, right? And it might be, oh yeah, when I'm at a drive-through, or when I'm listening, or when I'm reading a Slack message. It's like level 1 listening. It's like, what do I need to say here? Level 2 listening, it's a 2-way listening. It's like you're gathering information and you're focusing on the other. So it's a little bit of a more 2 lane, where you're giving this person other attention, or more attention than you would at level 1. So at level 1 listening, I am giving, Stuart in my example, attention, but just like 10%. Most of my focus is on myself and when I'm going to speak and what I need to do. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's different spaces that each one of these levels are appropriate. So level 2 listening, it's this more like 50-50. I'm gathering information. I'm kind of thinking, okay, what does this mean? And then I am speaking back or interjecting or, moving on. So it's kind of this like half phase. And then level 3 listening is an intuitive gut check listening. So you have complete focus on the other person. You're listening with all five of your senses. You're, asking yourself, well, what's their story? What brought them to Tennessee? If they said they're stressed, I wonder what their connection to that word means, right? Language fails us a lot. And so we need to engage with other pieces of our intuition and wisdom in gathering more data. And often, level 3 listening doesn't involve fixing, right? Because that's level 2, that's level 1. That's saying, I'm a manager and I'm going to tell you what to do, or I'm a leader and I have the answer. And we live in such an advice heavy culture. And the truth is, 80% of the time, people are going to follow through on a plan that they came up with. And when you give someone advice, it's like, that's nice, but you don't really know all the things that I'm holding, right? By a show of hands, who has gotten advice recently that perhaps didn't fit what they were talking about? And that happens all the time. If you tell anybody anything, it's like, hey, I just moved, or I'm getting married, or I'm going to my son's graduation and I don't know what gift to give. And so quickly people like fill in or project your needs based off of their own life experience. So they're engaging in level 1, level 2 listening, and not level 3, where level 3 is completely encapsulating, okay, what is that person saying? And the truth is, level 3 listening takes a lot of energy and it's uncomfortable because most of the time you're not coming to a solution. It's just kind of gray area. But what you are doing is building a connection and a relationship to the person that you're listening to. And it's more rich. You have this richer relational experience, which will lead to a more effective and dynamic and innovative working relationship if we're talking about people again that are on our teams. After the teaching on active listening, we did a skills practice where everybody went into breakout rooms and answered the prompt. How would you describe your current season at work? What is difficult about it? And each person had an uninterrupted space of 5 minutes apiece to practice their level 3 listening with this other person. So I hope that this brief teaching was helpful, and happy active listening. If you are curious about bringing this content to your organization, if you're building a coaching culture or want more effective working relationships, we do offer a curriculum for it in both a team setting, but then also in more individualized curriculum for your leaders and managers.